Good evening, everybody. I'm Jim. That's Warren. You're watching Vendor Corner. This is show number 37. Show number 37. Welcome to the show. We're brought to you by Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot, located at 502 West Brennan Road, Lakeland, Florida, 33813. That's Central Florida between Tampa and Orlando. Like I said, I'm Jim. Warren. We're both vendors here at Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot. I'm also the owner of Decades. And what's this show about, Warren?
About helping vendors and showing them.
Yeah, it's a show for vendor or booth owners
yep.
in malls like Decades Reclaimed Vintage Depot.
Yeah.
It's a place to learn and share.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Help you.
Yep. Today's topic, question and answers. So I took a bunch of questions and I've got answers
Did you
for
get
those
answers?
questions.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's making that joke because normally we do a different show for our local audience. It's called Talking Vintage, and we do that every week on Tuesday. It's just on Facebook. It does wind up here on YouTube. It's a different playlist from the Vendor Corner one, but we say it every week. It's question and answering time. Nobody's asking any questions, so we don't have any answers for them, and then we usually answer a common question. But these we actually have asked.
Okay.
Okay, so something in my booth is missing and I can't get paid for it. What should I do? Well, number one, you got to look everywhere. Maybe it's in another booth. That happens so often here at Decades. Customers will pick an item up. They intend on purchasing it, but later on in their shopping, they decide they don't want it and they just set it down. They don't return it to the booth that they got it from. Maybe they don't remember where it came from, or they don't drop it off at the counter. So things get moved around. So the shop is not, most of the time, here at Decades, the shop is not responsible for lost or stolen items. They're not. If the item has been credited to somebody else, okay, and that can be confirmed, because we will look. It can be confirmed that it's credited to somebody else, meaning we see it there on their report that they got paid for the item, and they are indicating that it wasn't theirs, then you should be credited for it. Okay, but if it's not in the system, yeah, it's lost or it's stolen. Key there is lost, probably, and the shop is not responsible for it. Do you ever see pieces on Marketplace that are sure that are yours and then buy them back? No. I mean, yes, I've seen them, but would I buy them back? No. I'm happy when I sell things. I don't care if I sell to a reseller. We have resellers that come in quite a bit. And we are close to Tampa. Tampa is a different market than Lakeland is. And items that can be purchased here in Lakeland can be taken to Tampa and marked up quite a bit and still sell. And that's fine. So if they're resellers and they come in, we have resellers that sell on Whatnot.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
House of Coop. If you're on Whatnot, check out House of Coop. If you're not on Whatnot, get on Whatnot. Check out House of Coop. They're a really cool couple, and they purchase from us all the time. They have never asked for a discount that wasn't offered to them. They didn't come in and ask for better pricing or anything like that. They're good shoppers. They come in quite a bit. They purchase from us, and they sell it on Whatnot. I got no problem with it. No problem at all. You know, they're paying what I want for it, or I'm making them a deal to get them to buy it. That's fine too. Again, I don't care. So, if I saw it on Marketplace, I would not buy it back. I wouldn't buy it back. I'd let it go because odds are I'm not going to get that money again.
Right.
So, there we go. Let's go to the next question. How do you feel about using a piece of furniture for display only? Not just a shelf, but something that creates a vibe in your booth. I think it's a cool idea, but why not price it? Just price it high. We've all kind of done that. We talk about that. You and I have talked about that. You got a shelf or a piece of furniture that makes a really cool display, like a rack in my, I do gas and oil type things. So maybe I have a gas and oil rack. Don't really want to sell it. But I tag it and I put a high price on it. You know what? And if I get that price, it's got to go. There's a price for everything out there. So my suggestion is, because it's a piece of furniture and it's not just a shelf, that you do put a price on it and you mark it up. Because customers do get frustrated if they can't buy items. So they understand about a shelf that's a display shelf, but something that's cool in the middle of your booth that's a display, but yet like a baker's rack. They used to be super hot, and vendors would bring in the baker's rack in, and they put them not for sale, and I'm like, well, why not just put a high price on it? If somebody were to offer you that, you'd let it go, right? And they're like, yeah, of course. And so that's what you should do.
We're in the business to sell.
Yep. How do you feel about vendors buying from your booth, marking it up, and selling it in theirs? Well, you know what? I'm okay with it. The only thing I would have a problem with is if the vendor that you're purchasing from is new. And you're kind of taking advantage of them if they don't know. I ran into that situation years ago when I first got into this business. I had items I hadn't even priced yet, and the vendor wanted them really, really bad, really, really bad. And I was like, well, I'm not comfortable selling them today. I don't know what the price is on them. This was on a setup day, but she kept hounding me about them or whatever, and I just refused. And she had made an offer on them, but I went home and I looked them up. Her offer was so low. She was just trying to take advantage of it. Yeah. So I think that's wrong. So if it's too low and they're a vendor, then just go ahead and help them out. Tell them the price, and help them out. So, but otherwise, if you're buying from a seasoned person in there, I mean, people have come up to me and said, Jim, I'm going to buy this. Do you mind if I purchase it and sell it in my booth? And I'm like, no, go ahead. So there we go. Because if they paid your price, who cares?
Right.
All right. So next question. So how is April looking for you all? Well, it's at the end of the month for us, and it's been a good month. March was huge for us. April's been good. We've had a couple of events. We had our Friends and Family event. Was that in April?
Yes, it was.
Or was it in March? No, it was in March.
Was it?
Yeah, it was March. April's Mother's Day event. Anyways, our events have gone pretty good. Maybe it was in April. I don't know. But anyways, April's good.
Mm-hmm.
We're selling a lot. Okay? Good events. We've had good shoppers. House of Coop, the people who buy and sell and whatnot, have come in several times in this month. And they spend quite a bit of cash, and it's very helpful to us. Very helpful. So it's a good month. Good month. If you're not having a good month here at Decades, I would say it is your own fault. Yeah, because you got bashed in March and didn't put enough in to support April. Really, we got torn up in March. Yeah, biggest month we've ever had in the 8.5 years we've been here. And then, but a lot of people didn't work to get to that point. They got the benefit of a huge month, and then they haven't replaced. So So for April, it's a good month, but it's going to be a mixed bag across the board. There's going to be a lot of vendors that are like, what happened to my sales? Well, you got, smashed up in March and didn't replace it.
You got a little lazy.
Yeah, you got a little lazy. You got complacent.
That's the word.
That is the word. All right, moving on. What do you think about fake cameras and smile you're on camera signs? Does it help? I don't know. I mean, if people can identify that they're fake cameras, then are you inviting them to do it? We have cameras here at the shop. We have locations that have fake cameras in them, but they also have real cameras in them. So if you don't 100% know the difference, you're going to get caught. I think it helps. And I think the smile you're on camera, if you put that, let's just say on a showcase or something, and they look at it, they were intending on stealing something, and they look at that thing, and then they look around and see that camera, they might think twice. Mm-hmm. So I think it helps. Okay, here we go. I don't know if we talked about this in this show. It's a soapbox that I jump up on a lot. Why are my tags missing? Somebody asked. Bad tape. Bad tape.
I blame it on the weather, too.
Whatever. He blames it on the weather because his tags are missing a lot. But most of the time, he didn't put the tag on it to begin with. Be honest.
Once in a while, I forget.
No, it's too... we have it's not a running joke. It's a running problem here at Decades Reclaim Vintage Depot is that we have a lot of items that come up to the shop missing tags. We have customers that will not get anything unless it doesn't have a tag on it. Okay. So are they pulling tags? No, because often we won't sell them the item because we can't communicate to all of our vendors in a timely manner. If it's a vendor that we know we can get a hold of, we'll reach out to them and get a price on it. Maybe they're thinking they're going to get a cheaper price if they take the tag off. I don't think it has anything to do with that. They're not tagged from the beginning because it's the same vendors are the repeat offenders. Now, everybody will have a onesie or twosie missing a tag maybe in a given month. But we have vendors that have dozens in a given month. And they're not tagging it. You can't say it's any different. You can't say it's the weather because it's the same weather in the shop for everybody. Bad tape.
Then it's
I
the
mean,
tape.
you could say bad tape, but a lot of us are using the same tape. We get it out of the cabinet using the same tape. So it's an issue. So that's why your tags are missing because you probably didn't put it on to begin
You're on
with.
that soapbox again.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I can't get past it. It kills us at the counter. It kills our business when people bring stuff up and they're insisting that we get them a price. Most of the time, we just say we can't sell it without a tag on it. We put it away. The vendors can come in and look through the, I guess, lost and found, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, here you go. We only got a couple left. What are your must for opening an antique store?
Oopsie.
Sending them to voicemail. Okay, what are your must for opening an antique store? You can't really answer this, so let me see. Well, number one, antiques. Antique store was the question. I got to ask if you're only selling antiques. I think that would be tough. In today's society, there's not many. Can you think of an antique store in Lakeland? A truly just antique.
No.
We're all vintage stores. We all have a mixture of vintage and antique. So, yeah, you would need to redefine that question, but that would be my first thing that pops in my head, that selling just antiques would be tough. And let's see, interview your potential vendors. So many times, I'm the one that decides whether they vend or not here or whether they're a booth owner, and I make mistakes. I need to ask more questions of potential vendors than I do. But often it's a time thing. We want to get somebody in because somebody's leaving. We're afraid to leave the booth open because that's just lost rent and revenue. So that would be mine if you can interview them. Yep. A lot of times you'll find out a lot about communication. We have a waiting list, and their lack of response or the way they communicate back to me when I've reached out to them to inform them that we have a booth, and the manner in which they indicate, the time frame which they indicate, tells me a lot about them. If they're not willing to come to the shop to see the booth, how willing are they going to be to come to the shop and work their booth? Yeah. So, maybe that's not the right way, but it's how I work. Make sure your rent covers them more than just your overhead. Our rent is slowly moving up here at Decades Reclaim for many years. It for many years it didn't cover the overhead, and then I wound up having to take my sales, because I'm a vendor too, and cover the overhead. It's gotten to the point where it's almost breaking even, but we're moving it up because it's a business. It needs to make its money standing alone. I don't need to make my money just by being a vendor here at the shop. Number 4, keep working at it. Social media, events, new things, new common areas. That's a text coming through. We're here 8.5 years and we're still doing stuff. We're still building, I guess, and decorating and moving stuff around. Yeah. So you got to keep it fresh. People have come in. They came in the beginning. Oh, I came many years ago and you didn't have half of this. Yeah. So you got to do that. All right. Well, that's it. I think I've answered all the questions that we can answer for tonight's show. We appreciate everybody watching. Big thanks for watching. We will be back again in 2 weeks for another episode of Vendor Corner. I'm Jim. That's Warren. We're brought to you by Decades Reclaim Vintage Depot, located in Central Florida. Please, if you're ever in this area, drop us a line. if we're getting ready to shoot a show, maybe we can have you sit right here. Yeah, right here.
You
And
kick
do
me
and-
off?
No,
In
right
between,
here in between, like Charlie
Oh.
Belcher did.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
watch that show if you get a chance. I think it's like number 13 or something.
It was a good show.
Yeah, it was a great show. He's a local TV personality, and he joined us for a show. You'll find that in the playlist vendor corner. I think it's show 13. I can't remember, but you'll see it in the thumbnail. Is that there's 3 of us sitting there. So watch that show if you get a chance. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Have a great night.
See ya.
Hey, my mouse isn't working again.